In today's video, I will talk about growing microgreens and introducing them in our daily meals. Most of us are aware of microgreens and their benefits, but very few of us grow or consume them regularly. I conducted a survey where people shared reasons like laziness, lack of knowledge, and even limited recipe options as key reasons for not growing microgreens. So in my video today, I will take you through a step-by-step process of growing microgreens and taking care of them. And then I will also share a perspective on how to include them in your daily life. So let's get started. In order to set up a microgreen area, you need a container. This container could be an old utensil from your kitchen, a used plastic box, or an earthen pot. Now, if you're using a plastic container or a kitchen utensil, make sure you make a hole at the bottom or the base of the container to drain out excess water. You will also have to keep a plate underneath that catches that excess water that drains out from the pots. If you're using an earthen pot, then you don't necessarily need a hole because the earth of the pot absorbs and helps evaporate water very quickly. The next thing you need is of course a medium to grow the seeds. I use a mix of rich garden soil and coco peat in equal proportions. These help provide the nutrition required to the seedlings, and the coco peat also retains a good amount of moisture. Next, you need seeds, of course. You can use your kitchen spices like methi and mustard, or you can go for lentils like moong or black chickpea or kala chana. And if you have garden seeds available with you, then you can even make microgreens of amaranth, spinach, radish, broccoli and cabbage. And last but not the least, a watering container or a watering can. The first thing that you need to do is prepare soil by mixing garden soil with coco peat in the ratio of 50-50. Layer this mix evenly on your container. A 1-inch thick layer is good enough. Next, sprinkle the seeds. If the seeds are very small, like in case of this amaranth, then you will gently sprinkle them and stir them with the soil at the base. You don't want to bury them deep or they won't sprout. If the seeds are large like the moong seed, then after you spread the seed on the soil, cover it well with soil. If you want to grow chana or black chickpea, you will have to soak it for a day or two in advance to soften its outer cover, and then spread them on the soil and cover them properly with a thin layer of soil again. Water the microgreens set up gently with a sprinkler, a spray or a watering can. Make sure the soil is wet but not overwatered. Last and the most important step is place the container near sunlight. Once the seed germinates, it needs sunlight to grow leaves. If there is insufficient light, you will often find seedlings leaning in the direction of the sun. Hence, it's crucial that you place the pot near a window or in a corner that receives partial or indirect sunlight. Few things that you should keep in mind while growing microgreens. Don't let the soil go dry. This will impact the growth of microgreens. Don't overwater, especially if there is no hole in your pot. It may cause fungal infection or even kill the seedlings. If you do happen to overwater by accident, tip the container gently and drain excess water. Don't keep them in harsh sunlight. Indirect sunlight works very well, so a shaded balcony or a kitchen window or even a work desk of a well sunlit room will work well. They grow very quickly, so harvest them once the first set of true leaves are out. If you wait too long, the greens start looking sad and lose the perkiness because of overcrowding. If you want to store harvested microgreens in a fridge, place the harvested microgreens between damp paper tissues and then put them inside a Ziploc. This way they can last up to a week inside the fridge. If you find fungus growing around the seeds, just discard those specific seeds. The rest of the seeds can remain as is. But if the fungus has spread all across, you will have to discard the soil as well as the seeds and start over again. You can use the same soil mix for the next 2 to 3 batches of microgreens. I like to replenish it with some vermicompost so that I'm rejuvenating the soil or the medium in which they are growing with nutrients. If microgreens are kept outdoors, you will see ants or little insects coming into the soil. Don't be afraid, you can still eat those microgreens. Those small insects indicate that the medium you're growing in is living soil, and you can eat everything off it, just like you eat carrots, beetroots, leafy greens, peas, anything that grows in the soil. Microgreens do not regrow. The seeds get spent in growing the plant and then it doesn't grow back again. Wheat is one exception where wheat grass can actually be harvested up till 3 to 4 times. Some people even say that kale can also be harvested a couple of times. Oftentimes we associate microgreens with salads and soups. Majority of Indian homes do not eat salads and soups every day, but every Indian home adds hara dhania in their food. So how about if we tweak our habits slightly and start adding microgreens as garnish? Then these amazing greens can add a lot of glamour to your yellow dal, sambar, matar paneer, pulao, or anything that you cook really. These greens can also be added to pastas and pizzas and can even be made into a pesto. Every omelette and sandwich can have microgreens as the key ingredient. Every Indian mom making methi paratha in winter can make methi microgreen paratha in summer too. All I'm trying to say is microgreens are packed with nutrition. They are very easy to grow, require very little space. Then why not choose a healthy option? And if you're starting out gardening just now, growing microgreens is the easiest and happiest project you can start with. So go ahead and create green spaces. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I will see you soon.